Hi,
Hi,
my name is Josh, but you have to call me Dragon.
my name is Chris, and you have to call me Nighthawk.
Prestige worldwide. Why? Why? Why?
Welcome back, everyone. I'm your co-host, Chris,
And I'm your co-host, Josh.
and today we're going way far from the Mummy to go with something incredibly funny and stupid. Step Brothers. Classic Will Ferrell and
C. Riley.
John C. Riley. And I have always laughed at this movie like crazy. It's just I cannot not laugh at Will Ferrell in this one. I remember the first time watching it, I didn't expect that at all. Uh, I didn't expect it to be so raunchy. Uh, but then I don't know, it's funny. What are your thoughts about it?
Yeah, it's a funny movie. I probably haven't watched it in a while, but it's a movie that has stayed with me since I first saw it back in 2008. And first off, 2008, one of my first notes. What a great year for movies. A pretty good year for comedies as well. You had obviously uh, this movie, as well as Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
what was the other? Oh, Pineapple Express. So like there were some pretty good comedies that came out that year, and it's just a good year for like movies in general. And yeah, I remember I didn't see this movie in theaters, but I saw it like I probably rented it on DVD or something like that.
I think I rented at
And
Blockbuster as well.
yeah. And I mean, I laughed my ass off watching this movie. This was a movie I watched a lot during that time. Like I haven't seen it in a while, but like I would just this would be a movie I would just throw on and just watch. And it's one of my favorite comedies of all time.
It is. It's that good, you know. I remember every detail of that movie except the link that you gave me to watch it, the unrated version. I had never seen that before.
Yeah, I'd never seen it before either, so it was fun seeing those little extra scenes thrown in
Yeah.
there.
At first I was like, huh, I don't remember this. And like this is way different from the movie. Like those extra scenes were incredibly raunchy.
Yeah, because according to IMDb, the movie itself is 98 minutes, but the one we watched was 105. So, yeah, there's probably
Okay.
about 7 extra minutes. So, if anybody gets a chance to watch the unrated version, check it out. It's only 7 minutes longer, but there's some funny extra scenes in there.
I can just remember two right now. And that was one the dining room scene.
Yeah, with John C. Riley and Catherine
And
Hahn.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was funny. It's like the line stuck with me. Like, oh, I got a bad pack and it's a big muscle in there. Oh man, that and Derek's youngest the daughter her
hmm
line. You remember that line?
Well, it's the same scene where they're at the table.
Right, but it was her line that cracked me up. I was like, "You're saying this at what? You're 8 or 9? Like, oh, I think next year I want to ask for breast implants."
For breast implants because I'm impatient with my body.
Hey, Tiffany, wanna know what I got? A crushed soul.
Yeah, I could see why they cut that scene out
Yeah,
or to include it in the regular version, but
that's a little bit too much. But no, man. Can you imagine being like that, uh, like 40, and you're still like uh you haven't changed from like when you were like 20 years old in college.
oh no, that's not even that. They're acting like they're like 12 years old in this movie. I mean, first off, let's just talk about Will Ferrell, John C. Riley. Their chemistry is obviously amazing together. They are so funny, just their back and forth, and they're coming right off of what was it, Talladega Nights a couple of years before, same
Mhm.
director. So yeah, these guys obviously had worked with each other before, and they are just funny.
It was just
Um,
more chemistry that you see in this one, if you compare it to Talladega Nights. And it's just more. Mm.
Well, this is rated R compared to that, which is PG-13, so they probably had a bit of a bigger playground to play with to be a little bit raunchier and more vulgar,
Yeah.
which I think absolutely works. I mean, I love Talladega Nights, but I would put Step Brothers w- easily above that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. But okay, I gotta ask, what was the funniest scenes to you in this movie that you
I
could
mean,
not stop laughing?
there's so many. I have a lot of like funny lines that are they're probably not considered the funniest lines of the movie, but they always stick with me. One of my favorite lines is well, there's of course the scene where I think it's like their first night and they're in bed. They're just like talking shit back and forth to each
Oh, yeah.
other. And I just love John C. Riley because he goes, "This is a house of learning doctors."
This is a house of learned doctors.
You're not a doctor. You're a big fat curly headed fuck. And Will Ferrell's like, "You're not a doctor. You're a curly headed fat fuck."
Sad.
But I love the way John C. Riley just says, "This is a house of learning doctors." That always stuck with me.
That
I
one,
think there's
I was gonna say one with John C. Reilly that when he's talking with his dad right before they move in.
oh about the mom. He's like, well, "What if she grabs my wiener?"
And she grabs me by the wiener. Shut the fuck up!
Will Ferrell has some fun ones as well. The one that I always think of, I think it's right after they ground them, like no TV for a week, and Will Ferrell has a line where he goes, and he says it so seriously, which is why I think it's so funny. He goes, "I swear to God, when my mom's of age, I'm putting her in a retirement home."
That's right.
Because he just says it so like deadpan serious, and that line always stuck with me. But like,
The the awkwardness of the first dinner, and then
which that actually was part of the unrated version. Um, I
w-
think there's that scene's a bit extended as well in the unrated version where they're
I did
the whole
say
thing with the sauce
sauce,
where
huh?
he's like which that but that part was funny. He's Will Ferrell just keeps pouring the sauce on like this homemade sauce or whatever, but it's just mayonnaise and ketchup. He's like, I want to try some. Like he's just like, yeah, I'm not done yet. But I think that was part of the unrated version.
Okay, because I didn't remember it being that long either. And then, but because I do remember him like covering the bowl, like not to give it to the stuff.
Hmm. Yeah, so I mean the movie, so they start off as kind of enemies and then they become friends, which I do remember that. You know, they hate each other at first and they're just doing these kind of pranks on each other and just fucking with each other. And of course, I always love the scene where Brendan keeps walking past the drum set and it just has this
Da, da,
hard cut
da,
to
da.
music. Yeah. And then he's finally says, "I'm gonna put my nutsack on your drum set."
I mean,
You just see his fake balls rubbing around the drum set.
oh, that had me dying.
But of course, what brings them eventually together is their enemy of Brennan's brother Derek, played by Adam Scott,
Mhm.
who actually this was the movie. So if there's any Severance fans out there, this was the movie that put Adam Scott on Ben Stiller's radar to eventually get him on the show Severance, which
Okay.
is like one of the hottest shows right now because it was this movie. I think Ben Stiller said he went to the premiere, saw Adam Scott, eventually cast him in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, and then
Uh,
eventually he ended up getting Severance like years later. But it was because of this movie, so we could thank Step Brothers for that.
Step Brothers. God damn, Derek is such a damn douche. Oh yeah, yeah.
He's played so well by Adam Scott because Adam Scott, he always, for me, plays like the opposite kind of character. He's always kind of like the gullible, like lovable loser type. Well, I know you never watched Parks and Rec, but like in Parks and Rec,
Parks and Rec, but what's that movie? But his character is kind of like the Parks and Recs, but a little darker in a way because he's trying to kill the boy.
okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what movie you're referencing, but like even like Krampus, like he's kind of just like the nice dad.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the role he played for a while, but like it's funny watching him in Step Brothers because he's such a douchebag in this.
He really is. Oh, and remember when he's up in the treehouse? He goes up to Brennan and when he goes
Dale
up,
Doback.
yeah, when he comes up to the treehouse and like, you want to see these abs? And I'm like, God, such a fake ass.
Well, it's obviously a
A
Body
body
double,
double.
very, very clear.
Yeah, but
What so it's funny you mentioned so one of my favorite little in jokes is how in love the dad is with Derek, Dale's dad.
oh
Like he
yeah.
there's the scene where he's just telling him the stories at the dinner table and the dad is just like giggling the whole time. And even the mom has a thing she says where she's like, I've never seen you laugh like that. And he's just like giggling like a
Yeah.
little kid and it's so funny. And he's just like in love with like him. I don't know. I just like that's one of my fun little like smaller subtle jokes throughout the movie.
It is subtle, but it is just and it changes very quickly when Dale and Toron's like, God damn it, Dad.
Right. Yeah, it even gets to the point where I think Derek like calls Dale the R word, and his dad's just like right there, and he's just like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, I
Right.
don't know. He's just so like flabbergasted by his new stepson. That's not Brennan.
I remember the movie. Little Evil.
Oh, I've never seen it.
Oh, that thing is hilarious. That is hilarious. Because the kid is also trying to kill him.
Okay, yeah, I've never seen that.
No, yeah, the dynamic between all three of them actually, all the brothers, it works. You know, the douchebag, and then you got the two enemies that become friends. Did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And also it's because of the treehouse scene where uh, Dale punches him, where that's where when Derek's wife starts to come on to Dale, played by Catherine Hahn. It's the first thing I ever remember her from. She's obviously blown up since this. Now she's been in, played Agatha and WandaVision and Agatha all along. I'm currently watching a show that she's on called The Studio, which is a really good show with Seth Rogen, who has a cameo in this movie. So,
Oh yeah, the one of the interviewers.
yeah. Did you just fart? Like, it's very palpable. It tastes like onion and ketchup. Now the tuxedos just seem fucked up. But yeah, Catherine Hahn. This movie's got a nice supporting cast as well. The parents, played by who is it? Richard Jenkins, I think that's the dad, and then Mary Steenburgen from Back to the Future Part 3. Go check out that episode. We covered it. They do a good job. They're not as comedic. Obviously, it's hard to you know be funnier than Will Ferrell and John C. Riley in a scene, but I think they do a good job. I think the mom does a really good job of just being like a loving mother. I get that vibe from
It's
her.
the mediator between them all.
But you
Yeah.
can also tell the dad, he's funny. Like he's a great actor. And he plays like a good straight guy in this, but like he could tell he's just hates them at times. And it's done very well. Like he's very funny in this.
You can clearly tell that he hates them. I mean, it's one of his lines too, like, "Oh, at the beginning, I hated you, but
Yeah.
you got something good going on. Prestige worldwide. You're not missing out on anything. Like it never gets boring at all throughout the whole movie. It does, you do not get bored. Even when they're like they get kicked out of the house and they're on their own apartments and stuff like that. You still chuckle because you know he's got the Chewbacca mask on, he can't see anything, but then you have Brennan that run out of toilet paper.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess the whole idea of this movie is it's about, two adults that never grew up and they had to become adults, but then they could still be kids and young at heart at the same time. I guess that's the moral of the story.
hmm I think I laughed more when right after after Dale hits him with the symbol and try to uh, he's
Wait, are you
panicking.
talking about when he's in the drum room, or are you talking about outside when they're fighting and all the neighbors are there?
At night when they're alone in the house. The drum set scene where he puts his knapsack on and then Dale hits him
Hmm.
with the cymbal and he's panicking like, oh my God, I just killed him. Like this happens like in case files. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, you're talking about this is towards the end when he buries them.
Yes. That's right. It was
Yeah, so that's not the nutsack scene.
a
That's early in the movie, but yeah, that scene's great because I mean I just love where Earl knocks him out and he's just he's
buried him alive.
buried him and he goes, What are you doing? I'm alive. He goes, Shh, you're waking the neighbors. And then he's just like, just let the dirt just soften over your body. Yeah, I mean this movie is extremely quotable. It's I think it's still iconic to this day. I've seen a lot of parodies of the poster, obviously, which I'm sure we'll be doing as the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the scene pulled up right now where it's Seth Rogen doing the interview and they're wearing the tuxedos. I mean, the interviews, the scenes are just great. They're just clearly just fucking around, just having fun and having a
Pam?
good time
Pam.
there.
Pan or Pam? Oh, it's Pam with two M's.
Oh, that was gonna bring me back to my other fun reference I like throughout the movie where he's not sure what to call his stepdad. He's like, "Thank you, Mr. Doback." And then he's like, just call me Richard. Okay. Uh, or not Richard. What was the dad's name? I can't remember. But
Um,
but he keeps calling him like something else. And then he just there's a scene where they're asking if they can make the bunk beds, and he goes, "Mom, Mr. Doback, don't call me Mr. Doback." I go, "Okay, Mom,
go back.
Doback." That's one of my other fun little kind of recurring jokes throughout the movie.
So much room for activities. No, but right after that, when the bed falls, right, no, when the bed falls, I laughed my ass off because
Oh yeah, I was laughing out loud throughout this movie, like verbally laughing.
like there's blood everywhere. Why would you let us do this? He's dying.
That's actually another good point that I was going to bring up. So this movie came out in 2008. I mentioned this was a good year for comedies. You don't see these comedies anymore in theaters. They just don't make them anymore. I mean, I don't really watch a lot of like straight to like streaming movies like Netflix stuff, so I don't really know if there's stuff being put out there. But like just like a movie like this, like a raunchy comedy, like I can't think of the last good raunchy comedy that's come out in theaters, like at least since the pandemic. Like I just feel like they don't make them anymore. And that kind of is a thing
Pandemic.
where studios stopped making like raunchy comedies. And I'm not sure if it was just like an effect of like how like Marvel is funny, but it's not a comedy, where they think that, oh, we can make movies funny, but we'll just put it in like other bigger genres. So I'm
Yeah,
not sure
I mean,
what the effect was, but like the Seth Rogen stoner comedies you don't really see anymore.
no,
Adam Sandler pretty much stopped doing his theatrical stuff around 2015.
he
Um,
does more than Netflix stuff.
well, that's what I mean. He has a straight Netflix deal, so all of his movies go straight to Netflix. So you don't really see these like kind of just raunchy comedies anymore in theaters. So like Step Brothers was the like a golden age of these kinds of movies.
Like I think the last movie that kind of related to Raji was Ted for me.
Well, that was 2012. I'm talking
Like
what's the last one in like the last 5 years? Exactly. Like I think they kind of started to die around like 2017, 2018 because like growing up, who were probably the three best in the 90s, early 2000s, who were probably the three or four best comedic actors that were like big box office sells? I would say Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, Jim Carrey, and probably Eddie Murphy. Those might have been like the big four.
yeah,
And Jim Carrey kind of retired or stopped doing those kinds of movies a while ago. And
I think
Will Ferrell is probably the only one that's really still going, but I don't know. I
it
just like
kind of died down a little bit. But I think
I
it's
wouldn't say a little bit. It's died down almost
well,
completely.
I mean with Will Ferrell specifically. Like for example, the last movie I saw Will Ferrell in was Barbie, and if you can tell it's Will Ferrell doing his thing, but it's not so extreme like his other movies used to be.
Well, he's not even the lead in that movie. Like, when's the last time you saw him as the lead in one of these movies?
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just the studios thinking that these like comedies just I don't know because like these comedies would make money and Step Brothers like made over $100 million, but
I think it's more. because of the the times have changed. Everything's related to politics and all that's like not politically correct anymore, so they don't use that in the jokes.
Well, then studios need to get over that.
It's and it's never gonna go back. Because if
No,
you
it'll go
make a movie
back.
like that
No,
right
Chris,
now,
the film industry, if anything, it recycles every so many decades. It will probably have a resurgence at some point.
what I'm saying is that if you make a movie like that right now, you get so much backlash from all the people that are in their minds of now age. Not
I said this in another episode. Comedy should be offensive. You shouldn't be afraid to offend people. But
it's
I don't know, maybe just some of the movies just tanked and they didn't do well. Like Will Ferrell, he just had a movie come out on Amazon Prime like this year with Reese Witherspoon. I didn't watch it. It looked like shit. It was some like
one that is.
comedy where they're like both trying to do a wedding at the same time and it looked awful. And I'm just like, are these the movies that are getting like are these the comedies that are being made? Like Reese Witherspoon was a pretty respected comedic actress, obviously doing like Legally Blonde,
Right.
growing up, but like what is this garbage? I don't know.
Anyway, yeah, the point is that they're not making movies like that anymore. You're right. Because I feel like the last movie that I laughed in theaters was Blackish. No, not Blackish.
The
What's it called?
Blackening.
The Blackening, yeah.
Yeah, and that was funny, but again, that was packaged into a horror movie. So it's
Yeah.
like, where's your straight comedy? It's kind of like you're getting it packaged into these like other genres, and it's like comedy's becoming like a subgenre to these other bigger things. I love me a good horror comedy, but where's the last time you just saw like a straight comedy? Straight raunchy comedy, stoner comedy? I don't know. They
Definitely
just
not.
kind of they just kind of died.
Not that I can think of any stoner comedies. Like
And if
I'm
they do come out, they kind of just don't do well. They just kind of tank. Like Kevin Smith had a movie come out, I think early or late last year, and the movie nobody saw. I've seen it since. I enjoyed it, but like, yeah, it just kind of came and went.
like, I'm literally looking up comedy movies of last year, and most of these I'm like, what are these movies? Like I never saw Brothers with Peter Dinklage. Uh, uh okay, Fall Guy. I thought it was funny, but not funny.
No, yeah, it's not that kind of like
Same thing with
funny. Not like
Beetlejuice.
Step Brothers.
Same thing with Beetlejuice. I actually didn't really think it was that big, you know. And okay, like others, I have no idea. Like I never saw Lisa Frankenstein. You did, right?
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Same
But
thing.
like, if these are being considered comedies of last year, then this is
Last
not a very
year.
strong list. What was the other one?
Okay. I'll say the a good one was Deadpool and Wolverine.
But again, like this, we're talking about like a superhero movie. We like obviously Deadpool's funny, and I had a great time and I laughed, but
Yeah, but it's
like it,
incredibly raunchy because of Deadpool.
but still a superhero movie that
Mhm.
is
True.
subgenred as a comedy.
True. Like I'm still going through it. It was like I don't know what the hell these movies are. These aren't really good movies at
Like
all.
if they like there are studios that did try to do like a comedy, and I think it came out a few years ago. It was called Bros, but it was like a gay comedy about two gay guys, and the movie just absolutely tanked. And I think it was just like a studio trying to do like a woke comedy, and just like nobody cares, honestly.
It's sad. You know what? That's why Todd Gator needs to go big. There's that raunchy comedy for you.
Sure. Uh, now I'm just skipping around, and now we're at the fucking Catalina wine mixer.
King Catalina wine mixer, man.
Look, Brennan, here's the thing. It's the Catalina fucking wine mixer.
Oh, the it was actually a good scene, the Catalina wine mixer. I mean, it wasn't like over the top, but it was just a nice scene. It you have your funny moment, with Brennan singing and the whole flashback with Derek and everyone's uh uh
Well, my funniest one is always the
therapist.
therapist. Yeah,
Yeah,
lumberjack like that. I that one always made me laugh the most.
that one was good. That was always good.
With
Oh,
Will Ferrell bursting the door down with his erection.
it was too good. It was too good. But yeah, even in the closer towards the end when they like get back together, you can tell it's becoming more like a family comedy at the end when he builds a new tree house with a boat, like
Hmm.
hustlers. But I like the line of the therapist, this is totally fucked up, right? Like, yeah, we know.
Um, so do you think they ever should have made a Step Brothers too? Do you think they should have capitalized on this movie?
No, I think they should have left it as it is.
You
I feel
don't, you
like
want
if
to
they
see
make
these
another
characters one
one,
more time?
I don't know. I don't know because it would already be years from now. And I don't know, every time they try to do that, they skip so long, between making a sequel, they're never good. They're never good. It's like something's missing. And I don't know, for example, Beetlejuice. They had same characters, same actors. It
Well,
didn't.
I'm not talking like this long. I'm talking like, do you think they should have made a sequel like maybe 2 years
Oh,
after
right
the movie came
after.
out? Yeah.
eh, I don't know. I
Like,
think
I don't think it would work now. They're kind of too old, but I was
right.
thinking more like initially after the movie came out, like around like
I don't know.
2010, let's say, maybe
I
make a
still
sequel
I
around that
still think
time.
they should have left it like that, not a sequel. You see their story arc go up and down throughout the whole movie. So and I know that it kind of just doesn't change at all in the fact at the end, but I don't know. I feel like it should leave
You wouldn't want to see where Prestige Worldwide could have went, more boats and hoes.
boats and hoes, boats and hoes. No, I still would have left it like that. You would have
All
got
right.
one in the sequel?
I love this movie, and if they had made a sequel in 2010, I would have been all over it. Instead, Adam McKay and Will Ferrell made The Other Guys, which never really liked that movie. It had some funny moments, but like I was very excited for The Other Guys in 2010 because it was Will Ferrell and Adam McKay, and I was disappointed. So I think I'd rather have just had Step Brothers 2 at that point.
Okay, if you put it that way, then yes. Because the other guys, it's like, eh, Step Brothers. You'll never, ever have a dull moment watching this movie. You'll laugh your ass off. You, you'll, you'll just want to keep watching it over and over and over again. Will Ferrell is a great actor. John C. Reilly, they work together so well. It's definitely worth a watch. If you're a big Will Ferrell movie, it's definitely gotta watch that one on your list.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're into Will Ferrell humor, not everybody is. He's a very specific type of humor. I would say the majority of people do like him. There are people that don't. If you are not one of those people, don't watch Step
Forget
Brothers because
it.
it's very in your face
Oh
with the
yeah.
comedy, which I love. I love Will Ferrell. He makes me laugh easily. He could just be doing the simplest thing, and I will giggle just because it's him. So I love Step Brothers. I haven't watched this in a while. I'm glad we did this as a an episode. It actually was on my radar. I was thinking about Step Brothers, so I'm glad that you picked it. I mean, that'd be my choice if you were to pick any Will Ferrell movie. This would be it. That's my take on it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That is it, everyone. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave us a comment to see what other movies we want to do. You want to see us do next.
All right. Well, yeah, as Chris said, Will Ferrell, man, love him, hate him. I think this movie's hysterical. It's just an easy movie. I might rewatch this movie again, honestly. I might just throw it on in the background. It's funny, it's raunchy. I miss these movies. I wish they would bring them back somehow with these funny actors. So I don't know. But anyways, thank you everybody for hanging out once again with us. We are maybe going to be on a bit of a comedy streak because my pick is next week, and I have some comedies in mind. So if you're in the mood for some laughs, then hang around with Crosscut for a bit. Anyways, that's all we got. Chris, take it from here.
Yep, print. Moving on.